Liam Neeson, Keanu Reeves, and Prince William all have something in common. People are pretending to be them online to woo and scam women. But our next guest outsmarts these scammers and wrote a book about trolling the fraudsters. Becky, Holmes, welcome to DBL. So cool.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. So, Becky, your book, Keanu Reeves is Not in Love with You, is filled with hilarious interactions with romance scammers on Twitter. But, girl, why did you start talking to these scammers to begin with?
Boredom. Absolute boredom. During lockdown, I started a Twitter account, and straight away my inbox was full of these really good-looking men all saying, "I think you're the best thing in the world. I think you're gorgeous. Hello, my darling. Hello, my dear." And because so many of them came through all in one go, I thought, no, there's something going wrong here.
I love it. You're doing God's work. It's like the people who put the bombs in the packages that blow up like glitter in your face.
The glitter package.
Yeah, you're doing the same thing. I love it. So many of these scammers use celebrity names. Which of these fake celebrities did you have the most fun talking to?
Tom Cruise.
You know, there's been so many. I mean, obviously the book is named after Keanu Reeves because he is so impersonated online. There are hundreds of Keanu Reeves accounts, thousands, maybe tens of thousands. My favorite one is something that I did with somebody pretending to be Brad Pitt. He messaged me and I sent him a picture of my friend on my floor covered in ketchup. And I told this Brad Pitt that I'd killed a tumble dryer repairman. And he very kindly offered to put me in touch with somebody from the US military. And this person then contacted me and offered for 30,000 euros, I mean, I'm in the UK, so I don't use euros, but for 30,000 euros, that he would send somebody from the American military to come and clear up the body.
Wow.
So even when you think they can't go any further,
right,
they still do. They still find a way to try and get money from you.
Yeah, that was your way to like test them and see if they would cave. But no,
insane.
he used it.
The guy with the ketchup.
He's an A-lister. He's got connections.
Good old Brad Pitt. All right, now you do, I have to be the bummer town here. You have fun messing with scammers, but after sharing these convos on your Twitter, real victims started sharing their stories because some people believe Keanu Reeves is in love with them. Which story broke your heart the most to hear?
Yeah, I interviewed 35, 40 victims for the book, and each of them was heartbreaking in its own right. That, you know, that the stories are awful and what these people go through is dreadful. There was one in particular, I spoke to a really lovely lady who had cancer at the time of her and I speaking. And we did the interview, but before I got to meet her, she died. And I had a message from her son through her Twitter account saying, Mum's just passed away, and what is this I hear about, I read about her being defrauded. So I had to call him at sort of 9:30 on a Friday night and explain to him what happened to his mum. And the reason that it was so heartbreaking is because he said, I would never have judged her. I might have been angry momentarily, but I would never have judged her, and I wish she'd told me. And one of the hardest things about romance fraud is that people don't want to tell their friends and family because they think they're going to be judged. So to hear this really nice, sweet guy say about his mum, I wish she told me before she died, it was awful, really awful.
Oh my God.
I just, you know, of all the shows we've done on DBL, the one I think about most is the one about the scammers.
Yes.
And just like, these are good, proud people. And it's like you said, there's a shame to feel like you were duped, especially when you're older and you, air quotes, should be wiser. So what are the red flags that women should watch for so they're not on a show like this, so they don't become a romance scam victim?
So there's several things to look for. The first thing I would say is if somebody does contact you out of the blue on social media, do a reverse image search. And you can do that through Google. There's several different programs out there as well. That will tell you who it is that you're actually speaking to, not necessarily who they're pretending to be. It's also worth knowing that a lot of fraudsters use two first names. So it might be John William or John Terry or something like that. Also, there are a number of different jobs that they have, which they will, which scammers have found to be really effective. So working in the military, oil rig workers, obviously celebrities, but doctors, pilots, something where they think that women will find it quite a sexy job, and also means that they've got a reason to be away from home so they can't meet you. They will very quickly tell you they love you, and of course, they want money.
Oof. Thank you, Becky, for joining us today, for those red flags to be aware of. To our viewers, you can buy a copy of Becky's book, Keanu Reeves is Not in Love with You, on Amazon. Thank you again, Becky. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much.